So if you're somebody who has disorganized or anxious attachment, living in the uncertainty of somebody kind of like seeing into your life, but that thing not coming to fruition in the form of a relationship can be really challenging, especially if you have romantic interest in them, or you guys have a past relationship and you've got this ex who's kind of like watching your stories or sending a random emoji, but it never amounts into like, let's go out. The reason being is that there's so much potential hovering in that space that never comes to fruition. And there's only so long that you, as the person with disorganized or anxious, can live in that potential space before the anxiety becomes too much. It is not uncommon when the anxiety gets too great to want to put in a boundary. But because we are so anxious, we get high on the defensive and we say, you no longer have access to my life. That's where it can look like I'm going to block you or I'm going to remove you as a follower. And then we have that kind of guilt trip right afterwards, which is, oh my gosh, they're going to hate me, or they're not going to like me, or I can't believe I did that, etc., etc., etc. When that happens, when we're in that space of like, I have just done something and now I can't take it back, especially if you have just like removed an ex from your life and then you like want to go and follow them again, things are going to get kind of dicey. What we're doing is we're actually creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of disorganized and anxious attachment, which says they don't want me. I have pushed them away first. They are not trying to clamber back into my life, mainly because this person is like, whoa, that's kind of weird. You know, I'm blocked. I don't really know what I did. Then it's why don't they want me back? Why are they not trying? And I am not deserving of that type of care, and that's why they're not coming in. And none of that is true. Like, none of the narratives that are created after the fact are true. So in order to alleviate that anxiety, what we have to do is actually hold ourselves accountable for the actions that we are taking. If you have a past relationship with someone, you feel really uncomfortable and unsure when they watch your videos and you're like, we're in this like weird space where it's either going to be something or it's not going to be something. You have full autonomy to move the dial. And what that looks like is raising the conversation with them. So sending a message that says like, hey, I just wanted to bring up, like, I'm actually considering removing you as a follower, not because you have done something wrong, but because I get really, really anxious when you watch my videos or my stories, and we don't do anything outside of that. And that's a really good place, especially if you have a past with them, to say like, are you interested in revisiting this? If that's on your mind. Or I hope that you can understand that our relationship has run its course and I need to prioritize myself. And the reason that that is so important is because you are no longer leaving the door open to someone viewing your life. When we don't leave the door open, the anxiety reduces, we have firmly shut it, and we can say, I am simply focused on the here and now, and I am focused on identifying who in my current life is able to fully show up, as opposed to consistently existing in this wishy-washy space of kind of sort of will they, won't they, maybe, which disorganized and anxious attachment love and then hate.